All right, man. It's the BS sessions. It's Thursday night, man. What the fuck's going on with all you people out there? Cheers, man. I'm gonna throw it over to my brother from another mother, Mr. Jerry Supe, big sexy.
Brother from another mother. My mom must be a whore.
Ah, fucking asshole.
Now what's going on, man?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah. Yeah. So we gotta introduce our guest who came up with the show tonight, Joseph Staub with the corn shirt, man. How you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Excited to
Yeah,
be on. Talking about one of my favorite bands.
supposed to have Al Horner on, but he's ill still, so I wish him the best. Hope he gets better quickly. Yeah, this has actually been a fun topic to research, man. Some albums I actually forgot about from the Scorpions that I actually went back to and listened to. So gonna be an interesting show. With that being said, Marcus, don't waste any time, man. Let's get into the BS.
Let's get into the BS. Well, just to say, I got Al's list, so he will be part of the show. Al, get better, brother. We love you, man. You rule. Man. So I'm gonna ask you, what should we do next week? He said 11 prog albums is cool, or the top the 11 gangster movies. What are we doing next week?
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Joseph, you pick.
Do the prog albums.
Prog albums. Okay, next week we're doing 11 prog albums. There you go. Metal Ben was going to be on, but he got a new job and he can't do Thursdays. So one day we'll do a Monday episode with him.
Right.
Let me get this. Why is it shaky? Okay, there we go. All right, man. Let's get into the BS. We got some good shit. Let's start off with the group we're doing tonight. I didn't know this guy had problems. I didn't know Matthias Jobs had a bad accident that's derailing the band's September shows. He says, I will try everything to be able to play guitar again. What happened?
He fell down some stairs at his house.
Why are people falling in their house? This is happening a
lot
lately.
Man. They're old. No, it said he said there's like a big staircase at his house. There must be, and he must have tripped and fell down the whole flight of stairs. And he broke his leg, I think, and he broke his pinky, which is impacting his guitar playing.
Oh yeah,
it's his left hand.
Yeah, you can't play without a pinky.
You know, old people get a house with no stairs, or get one of those little things that take you up.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure his house is pretty nice.
Yeah, I've never wanted a house with stairs because I'm clumsy. I'll kill myself. It's like I know you guys don't know the guitar player from In Excess. That guy can't play anymore because he had a freaking
Ferris. His last name Ferris.
I think it's Tim Ferris. Yeah. He can't play guitar anymore because he hurt his hand on a motorboat engine.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. So lesson: seafood sucks. Don't fish.
Hey man, I feel their pain, dude. It sucks because I miss playing guitar, but my hands just won't let me play anymore because it hurts so much. So
you're like that.
Age fucking sucks, dude. I mean, it comes and goes. Like a year ago, I was getting back into it, and all of a sudden, man, I just woke up one day, my wrists and hands were on fire, and I just like, man, I know it's from playing the guitar. I can't do it anymore, man.
Well, I know I just saw not too long ago a post from Michael Sweet from Striper that said he doesn't know how much longer he's going to be able to play the guitar on stage because every day that he practices, it hurts more and more to be able to play the guitar. So he said probably within the next couple of years, he's just going to be singing and they'll have another guitar player come up on stage with him.
That sucks because I remember him saying, well, if my voice ever goes out, I could still play guitar. Well,
yeah,
not.
Which unfortunately his voice is going out a little bit, but
well, he's got to calm down a little bit, man. You know,
well, he had all those surgeries. That's what it is.
Well, in the eyes, right?
Yeah, and he had throat cancer.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of things not going his favor as far as his voice is concerned. So
yeah.
Well, speaking of
borrowed time, I think for him.
Well, speaking of Oz Fox, he's trying to get back for the 40th anniversary tour. So
he is. It sounds like he's back with them already because I just saw they're playing up here at a Christian festival that I went to last year. In like 2 weeks, and they had like a little promo video for it, and he was in the promo video, and they just announced the show, so it wasn't like a pre-filmed video or anything like that because they said the date and everything, so. He was in the promo video, so I would assume he's probably going to be playing with them.
That'd be awesome.
I'm planning on seeing the 40th.
Like I said, man, these bands they're getting up there in age, man. But I've been discovering lately that there's good rock and roll out there still, man. bands like Gunshine and Florence Black, man. Have you ever heard their stuff, man? They're amazing rock bands, man. So there are some good young rock bands out there, so hopefully they'll be with us for a long time. But yeah, some of these older bands are, they're just age is catching up to them. It's unfortunate. It really is.
You got a ring light behind you, Jerry?
Yeah.
How come you don't use it?
I use it every now and then.
Yeah, I'd be good for the videos. I want one. But let's get into your guy, Mr. David Gilmour. He said that Pink Floyd's 500 million catalog sale is not about money.
When you first sent that to me, I'm like, bullshit. $500 million? Fucking come on. But then I read what he said. Oh, it's still about money, don't get me wrong, but I understand why he would do it, because he's sick and fucking tired of arguing back and forth with Roger Waters about it. I understand he's probably just wants to get rid of it all, man, and just move on, So I kind of understand that, but $500 million, come on, it's money too.
Roger isn't a part of this. He doesn't own.
Yeah, he's a
this?
part of it. Roger's
he is
a big part of it. Yeah, absolutely. He has all the music rights, man. He's the author of most of their tunes.
Well, yeah, he wrote most of it.
Yeah. Well, I thought like when he left, it went to freaking because
Nope.
David said he left the band. It wasn't like they kicked him out. He just left.
Yeah, but he retained his publishing rights.
That's good. That's smart man there. Except he's an idiot. But what do you think about that, Joseph?
I mean, I can't imagine that there's not at least a little bit about money. So I mean,
a lot of bit about money.
Yeah, especially for someone like Gilmour, who is still going out and doing like some new stuff coming out, new tour. He needs the money to be able to do all this, these big shows that he's doing. So, I mean, hey, he wrote some of the best music of all time. I don't envy like giving him money for it.
All right, man. I don't really care, but shit. Well, I got David Gilmour and Roger Waters. Well, it's something I'll talk about one day, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. Gilmour response: "It's boring. It's over." As I said before,
Right.
He left our pop group when I was in my 30s, and I'm very pretty old chap now, and relevance of that is not there. I don't really know his work since, so I don't have anything to say on the topic, Jerry. It sounds like he's tired of talking about Roger Waters.
I think he is, and I think Roger's probably tired about talking about it as well. Because every time he's interviewed, it's like, especially when they do something new, like when Pink Floyd did the Endless River, it's like, oh, what are you going to do for this album? You're contributing to this album, right? Right? And he kept getting asked over again, and he's like, look, they don't want me back. I ain't going to be on this album. So I'm sure they're both getting tired of it.
It's like Sammy. Every time he gets an interview, it's always about what about Eddie? What about Eddie? Okay, just go. But they do ask those questions, and you guys
yeah, they do. Yeah, I understand.
So maybe Sammy needs to be like David and say, "I don't fucking care."
Yeah.
Well, we all know he does. That's the problem.
So what do you think?
If you think about that, what 82 was the final cut, or 81, 82. I mean, they haven't been together 42 years of going back and forth with each other, man. I'm sure they're tired of it, man. So Roger don't need any more money. That fucker's rich enough. But I'm sure that's gonna be split among Nick Mason and Rick Rice's estate, and probably a few will go to Sid Barrett's family, because David Gilmour's always been good about Sid getting his royalties and shit. So his family will probably get some of that as well. So yeah. Good for him. If he can get it. Fuck it. 500 million, get it.
What do you think about that, Joseph?
Yeah, I mean, I do like Jerry said. I do trust that it's going to get divided into like the proper division of the assets. And hey, they made the music; they deserve to make the money. They're some of the best-selling albums of all time for a reason.
Are you house sitting again?
No.
Oh, look, different room.
in my back room with all my movie posters.
Oh shit! I was just wondering. All right,
you think this is somebody else's record collection?
I don't know. I've never seen you in that room. It's different, It's different. Well, there's no dog yapping at you like in the Pink Floyd episode.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a good episode, man.
That was a fun time.
Can we talk about the spat between Ralph and? No, we're done with that. Okay,
Nope.
It's a joke. But
all I can say is get your popcorn ready.
Uh-huh. I do feel bad. I saw Al's comment on your
I saw
post,
that
Mark.
too.
Like,
what?
hey, if Rock and Pod's gonna be nothing but fighting next year, he's not going.
It's a joke. He's probably no. What pissed him off is just me being there with Ralph. That's about it.
If Charles shows up, he's I don't know.
He ain't gonna go.
No.
Like Terrence always said he was gonna go. Terrence never showed up. But Terrence, you're cool, man. I'm
He
good.
just Jerry, he just dropped all that money for those Oasis tickets. He's not coming.
Right.
He's not coming to
True.
Nashville.
Watch him break up before then. That'd be hilarious.
Dude,
actually.
I put up an article by Oasis how price gouging is good for music.
I saw that. Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Oasis price is good for music.
That's some backwards British logic right there.
I was like, did I just read that? Am I high? No, I'm at
Am I
work.
dumb? Am I dumber for having read this? Yes.
Yes, exactly. But let's get to well, Jerry, he already said he was cool, but let's talk about it. My video on this got like over 500 views. That was cool. Queen guitarist Brian May suffers stroke, loses control of arm. I really don't want a sympathy video, but I made a video on the Freeform Rock Podcast quick minute. Said I'm not making a sympathy video. If you can't play anymore, thank you for everything you've done, man. You fucking rule, and everybody you inspired to play guitar. But what do you think about that, Joseph?
Yeah, I mean, if he is not able to play anymore, I mean, right there's one of the greatest careers of all time. I mean, so influential. I mean, was part of that early wave of guys that quite literally built the guitar that they used for their entire career. Before Eddie did it, even. And beyond influential, songwriting, guitar playing, even singing. Some of my favorite Queen songs have Brian May on vocals. The fact that he's been able to carry on, him and Roger been able to carry on the Queen legacy for so long, even without Freddie or John. I mean, what a career. And if he's not able to play guitar anymore, I hope he's able to enjoy the rest of his life. And I mean, it's not like he has a shortage of other things to do. He's a doctor of astrophysics, for God's sake.
Yeah, right. He's a theoretical physicist. Yeah.
Like he's got plenty to do.
Yeah.
He could just sit there and take in did Queen sell their catalog? They did,
Yes.
huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So he can't take in that money anymore. But he's probably set for life anyways, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jerry, any thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. It did say temporarily lost.
Yeah, I saw it in the interview. He said he's already working to get it back.
So that's good news. But if he can't, then man, I'm telling you, up until 2 years ago, he was touring with Queen, and I'm amazed that Queen still sells out everywhere they go. I thought they would Adam Lambert. I mean, who the fuck is this guy? But people just flock to Queen, man. I don't know what it is. Yep. It's just that name, man. And you still hear their fucking.
Come on, you got Roger Taylor and Brian May, two of the greatest musicians of all time.
Every fucking time you see a thing of commercials, there's always a Queen song in one of these commercials. I mean, incredible career.
That was like when earlier last month when I saw Chicago and Earth, Wind and Fire. The venue I was at, I've never seen that place so packed in my life. And there was not a single original member of Chicago on stage. Not one.
Right. Lamb wasn't there?
He's been out for the last couple months.
He what? Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so there was not a single original member of Chicago on stage aside from the two horn players.
Hey, no Danny Seraphin, no Chicago. The best drummer.
I loved his introduction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're telling him to hurry up. He's like, "Fuck you! I'm up here with my band.
Yeah,
don't tell me to hurry up. Fuck you." That was hilarious. I love that.
I don't even. Can he still play drums?
Probably not.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like I said, the only two original members are the two horn players.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I already
that's where the power of the band is.
Oh yeah, they're the ones who kicked out Cetera.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good.
Like Peter doesn't even do anything anymore. I think he's done.
No. Yeah. Well, I always say good because now they only play like one or two songs from their bitchy ballad days.
Oh, I'm sure
you don't like You're the Inspiration?
Well, I said they play two songs, and those are the two songs. It's hard to say I'm sorry and You're the
I
inspiration.
got, but if you leave me
do
now,
they
they gotta
ever
play
play-
that
but
one.
that was still from the Cath days.
I know, but
Yeah.
do they ever play Along Comes a Woman? I love that song.
No,
Stay the Night.
literally,
Stay the
literally
Night
the
rules.
only two songs they play from. Oh no, and Hard Habit to Break.
Oh, okay.
From 16 or 17 is Hard Habit to Break. Hard to Say I'm Sorry, and if you, I mean, You're the Inspiration.
I'm sorry. Stay the Night's the best album on 17. I love that fucking video. He's getting all fucked up in there and shit.
Yeah, but if it's a choice of hearing that or anything from the Cath years, I'll take anything from the Cath years.
Man. All right. What do we got? Jerry, or I'll just throw this out to everybody, man. Ian Hill says remixed version of Judas Priest Rockarola is on the way. It's finally got the production it's always needed. Joseph.
I mean, I don't think the songs are that good, so I'm gonna listen to it because it's Judas Priest. Of course, I'm gonna listen to it. I listened to that awful new album they put out. But
You don't like that? Hold on. Time out. We've
talked about this.
I know, but
Shield? That album rules, man.
I hated it.
Jerry didn't like it when it first came out.
That to me is the best album probably since fucking.
The album before that was way better.
It is not a pimple on fire.
What was the album before Turbo? Was it
Defenders?
It was Defenders. Okay, yeah, probably the best album since then, in my opinion.
I'm your turbo lover.
Hate that. That's an album that blows chunks right there.
Come
you know
on,
what? You know
I
what?
don't need no.
I will almost take Turbo over this new album.
Oh,
anyway, I like Turbo. It's like my crazy night.
There's like 3 or 4 songs I like on Turbo, and there's almost nothing I like on this.
There's one song I like on Turbo, and that's Locked In. That's the only song.
Dude,
I like.
You don't like Out in the Cold?
Out in the Cold?
And fucking, if I heard
That's
Parental
like
Guidance
by
one
far
more
the
time,
best
that's
song.
a puke. I
agree with you on that.
Yeah,
that is the
Parental
best song
Guidance
on
is
the album.
awful.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've seen Judas Priest was that tour, and it was a good
Great
tour.
tour.
But they did
Great tour.
You
way
know what-
too much shit.
That Priest live video, great video.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Because Turbo is kind of like when I got into Priest. It's like I heard fucking Turbo Lover. I didn't buy it, but the song stuck in my head. Out in the Cold, like in Parental Guidance, and then that Priest live album came out. My friend Tim Newbold from In-N-Out Burger played that, and I said, "This is fucking good shit."
You take the best 4 songs from Turbo and the best 4 songs from Ram It Down. You have one of their best albums.
Maybe they
Fair
should do
enough.
that. Call it Ram It Turbo. Turbo Ram
no,
It.
was supposed
Turbo
to,
Ram It.
No, that was what it was. It was supposed to be called Twin Turbos. It was supposed to be a double album.
Yeah, but they could call it Ram It Down Your Turbo.
I ain't saying anything there.
Anyway,
man.
Rockarola. I'm of course I'm going to listen to it. I don't expect it to be that good because I don't think the songs are that good on Rockarola. But I'm going to check it out.
I think Stay in Class, man, is one of the best albums ever. That's just me. But Jerry, what do you think about Rockarola?
I don't care what they want. Whatever they want to do with it, it's fine with me.
You don't want
I'm
to
happy with the older
cola?
version. Hate that fucking song. Ooh, I want you. I don't know if I need you.
Chicken cherry cola. Chicken cherry cola. Fuck Savage Garden. All right.
That's their name, Savage Garden. Yeah.
Savage Garden. Yeah. Yeah. My first wife rammed it down my fucking throat. There you go. That and Ace of Base. Fuck that Ace of Base shit. All right.
Ace of Base are ABBA for wimps.
Yeah. So is Ghost. But
Fuck
we won't
you.
get into that right now. Hey, I haven't talked shit about them in a while, so that was cool. Rockarola, I like that album. I think it's pretty cool. And it's just like he's wearing a kick shirt there. The remix versions are the best of both those albums, and I fucking loved it. Thank you for sending that remixed album that we reviewed, man. Fucking great. I fucking love Kicks. It's like they haven't released a bad album. Did the Kicks ever release a bad album?
No comment.
Show Business was not good.
They had a lot of good songs on that album, no?
Show Business?
Yeah, I like some of those songs.
I mean, there was a reason that was the one that they broke up because of.
What was this band? What was this band? Dirty Money?
Funny Money.
Funny Money. That was a good band.
Yeah, that's where he first met the guy that would become their bass player when they got back together, Mark Schenker.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. All right, man, we got.
Speaking of, I don't know if you guys saw this. This is really cool. I'm hoping to get tickets for this. they're doing a benefit show in January down in Hagerstown, where Kix is from, and it's going to be Brian Forsyth from Kix, Bob, the guitar player that filled in for Ronnie Youngkins the past couple of years before they retired, uh, and then Brad Divins, who played on Cool Kids, and Shannon Larkin, and they were in Wrathchild America together. They were both in Wrathchild America that became Souls at Zero in the 90s, and then Shannon Larkin plays in Godsmack now, the drummer for Godsmack. But they're all playing at like a benefit show together down in Maryland in January for like some charity. So
Cool.
All right, man. Brett Michaels officially announces Poison 40th anniversary tour with all original members. You guys are gonna shit on this. Go ahead. I'll listen. Who wants to go first?
why did they have to make a big deal that it's all original members? It's the same four that have been playing the last 20 years they've been touring.
I don't know.
Like
Maybe
literally when they were on the stadium tour last year, it was those four.
Well,
It isn't like it's a big reunion or anything.
No,
yeah.
it's like CC's been playing with them since the early 2000s or in the late 90s, I think.
yeah.
Like they haven't had any other lineup since like the late 90s.
Well, they kicked Richie Kotzen out. That was
but he's not original.
But they have Blue Saracenian.
But I'm saying that they
Yeah.
literally have not had any other players aside from those four since the late 90s.
Hey man, Blues is pretty awesome, dude. I love that guy.
Blue
man.
Saraceno was good. Richie Kotzen was better.
It's sad that CC DeVille is the worst guitarist in his own band because the two guys they replaced him with are leagues better than him.
Oh, Richie Kotzen's far above everybody in that.
Whose wife did Richie Kotzen fuck? Was it Brett?
Ricky Rocket.
They were already divorcing though. The thing is,
still you don't fuck your
they were already divorcing. It's like fuck.
Yeah,
man, let it
but
go.
it's like, dude, like, oh good, you're getting rid of this chick out. I'm gonna pick her up.
Hey, who's done more music in the last 20 years, Poison or Richie Kotzen? Thank you.
Well, I think Richie Kotzen's better than Poison ever was.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's like Vivian
his solo stuff,
Campbell.
Winery Dogs, Smith Kotzen, it's all great.
It's like Vivian Campbell with Def Leppard.
Did you like that Smith Kotzen album, Jerry? I never asked you that.
Yeah, I got it. I like it. It's not the greatest thing in the world.
It's not as good as Winery Dogs.
Yeah,
no, Winery Dogs is just amazing. 3 great albums, man. It kind of sucks that Mike went back to Dream Theater because Winery Dogs will probably be on hold now. What the fuck is Billy Sheehan going to do?
I doubt it because Mike's been in like 50 bands even when he was in Dream Theater.
Yeah, but they're making a new Dream Theater album. They're going to go on tour. So
yeah, but that means when they're taking a break from that, he can do Winery Dogs. They just did the album.
Yeah, it was a great album. I can love it. But I'm just saying, what the fuck is Billy Sheehan going to do? There's no Mr. Big anymore, and he's not in the Sons of Apollo. And he's not Winery Dogs.
Isn't like it'll be hard for him to find work if he wants.
Oh no, but I'm saying I want him.
I thought he started a new project.
Nobody's telling us about it. I think he did.
I thought I saw something. I thought I saw an article recently about him with some new project.
I don't know. He's one of the most like celebrated, underrated bass players of all time.
Well, and he's played with everybody.
I wouldn't mind them doing another Mr. Big album because that last album sucked ass, and I'd like to see them go out on a high note, man. That album blows chunks, dude. It really does, man. I'm sorry, man.
You know what, Jerry? Suck my dick. I like it.
It fucking blows chunks.
Hey, Eric Martin rules.
Great singer. Great fucking singer. Great fucking talented band. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Here's what I think about Mr. Big. They are the greatest lineup of musicians that never made a good album, in my opinion.
Fuck you. He's cool.
It is.
Fuck you.
It is absolutely crazy that lineup of musicians made such awful music.
Again, I'm gonna do fucking half baked. Fuck you. He's cool. Fuck you, I'm out of here.
You still got my Mr. Big CD, I think, don't you?
Yeah, dude, I'll bring it to you when I get to Rocket Pod. Who's gonna pay for it? Come on, give me some
it's
donations.
It's a $4.99 CD, dude. I'm not worried about it, man. Trust me.
I still got a Niners hoodie that I'm trying to send you. I'm lazy sometimes because I'm editing all this shit, dude. I'm so behind on putting up the last 2 episodes right now. I do have the Dirty Honey on Freeform edited, but I need to do last week's. I'm just saying, fuck it, dude. But I fucking love Billy Sheehan, but I was just saying, he's like Sheehan, whatever his name is, that he is the most celebrated but underrated bass player of all time to me.
I think he's well respected in the
In
music
our
industry.
groups, he's really respected, but in the general public, they don't know who the fuck he is.
You get everybody.
It's not like he's Steve Vai or David Lee Roth. They know them. They don't really know who Billy is.
Well, he's a bass player, first of all. They don't really get as
well,
much
they know who
recognition
Geddy
as
Lee
others.
is.
He's a singer, too.
They know who John Entwistle is.
Because he's the ox.
They know who John Paul Jones is.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Well, they should.
It's for a lot of people that don't know music, Led Zeppelin is Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Bonham, and that other guy.
And the other guy, who was probably one of the most talented guy in the band.
He was he was a Swiss Army knife of Led Zeppelin.
Exactly.
Get some credit, man. Did
exactly.
everything. Oh man. Okay, let's get to this, man. Dave Mustaine now prefers players who can handle the pressure of Megadeth's success, Joseph.
Give me a second here.
I'm just rolling. I laughed when I saw that.
This is the only good thing they ever did. If it's not on this album, it blows chunks. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh shit. I like more than you then.
Oh yeah, no, I hate Megadeth. I think Dave Mustaine is the biggest fucking moron in the music industry.
He's a bitch.
I think that he is beyond full of himself. I think that anyone who can go out on stage in 2024 and play some of the garbage that he insists on keeping in his set list. Who in God's name in 2024 still wants to hear She-Wolf or Trust played live?
Dude, I bought that
me and I will shoot them in the head.
I bought that CD, Trust, the one with Trust on it, and I haven't listened to it since I bought it. And when it came out.
Here's a question for you guys. Do you think that Mustaine had actually, maybe in his earlier years, that they actually did any of the songs he wrote for Metallica live? You think or no? I don't think that he ever did, but
just like Mechanics, because that was on their album too.
Just popped in my head. What if they?
No, they didn't do any of like the ones that like were actually on Metallica albums.
Right. Okay. But
yeah, I think because he has too big of an ego for that.
Yeah, I think Dave Mustaine might have jumped out of an airplane too high, and the fucking pressure did something to his head or something. I don't know, but I don't get it with this dude, man. I like Megadeth. I don't love Megadeth. I like them.
Who do you like better, Metallica or Megadeth?
Oh, Metallica, bleeps and bounds.
Fuck you, Bushy. Go ahead.
I mean, they deserve to be in the top 4, in my opinion. Anthrax needs to get the fuck out and put Metal Church in.
Fuck you.
But
Jerry.
You know, you just he's like a politician now. You just can't believe anything the fucker says. I mean, he's just full of himself, dude.
Well, he was on Rock the Vote on MTV. Didn't he talk to Bill Clinton about not inhaling? I don't know. Yeah. Was he the one who talked to him about that?
Here's all I have to say about Mustaine and Megadeth. If you've noticed the amount of people they've had coming and going out of that band, there's a constant there. And it's the fact that no one can get along or be in the same room with Dave Mustaine for more than a year. Or they'll go out of their mind. Some of the best players in the world have come and gone through that band and either got fired or left.
Yeah, I mean, all kinds of great
repeatedly. Like, think about how many different guitar players he's had in that band that were there for like a year. I mean, Al Pitrelli was in that band. I think
Friedman was in there the longest.
Friedman, Poland, Kiko that just left. And you know we're not getting the whole story on that.
No.
Like, something happened there and no one is telling the full story.
Well, the Lamb of God drummer's not doing anything. You don't see him going back to Megadeth.
There's a reason for that.
There's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason for that. They're all being cordial about it. And fucking, I like Dave Mustaine. I think he's a bitch. But fuck, dude, stop talking out of your ass. You talk out of your ass more than Sammy Hagar. There you go. I admit he does. So
it's a sad life when I saw Megadeth open for Five Finger Death Punch.
Dude, I saw Five Finger Death Donkey Punch open up for fucking, sorry Tina if you're watching this, girl I'm gonna see, she likes that band, but
I like them more than Megadeth.
They were horrible when they opened for Metallica, dude. But granted, The sound of SoFi Stadium is one of the worst venues I've heard in my lifetime. Green Day is playing there the night coming up. I want to see them badly. Not that bad. I ain't going to fucking SoFi, especially for $100 parking. You could fuck off. Fucking, I heard the Rolling Stones sounded like shit there too. Seen two shows there. Saw the stadium tour. Motley Crue always sounds like shit, anyways. But Poison was really good. Def Leppard was okay, but the sound is horrible. And then I saw fucking Metallica. Metallica was like, it was mush. But the thing is, at least they had video screens and they got me into it with the movement on stage and James talking to the audience. It made up for the sound. Wolfgang, I could barely hear him. Pantera was like, I need to see them in a club because they were horrible. Luckily I saw Wolfgang with open up for Alter Bridge, so I know they could play. But
yeah, Wolfie is great live.
Wolfie is really great. I love that for the albums he's made.
Yeah.
He makes videos like they did in the 80s.
Yeah.
He actually puts shit in his videos.
Well, and you just mentioned the Green Day tour. And for anyone who it's still coming to your area, and I know there's not many shows left, it's closer to the end of the tour. If you're thinking about seeing the Green Day tour, go. I just saw it on Monday night. One of the best shows I've seen. Smashing Pumpkins were good. I'm not a huge fan of Smashing Pumpkins, but they did a really good live show. Green Day.
You said they did a U2 song.
Yeah, they did Zoo Station. And it was really good.
Yeah.
And it was really, really good. For some, like, his voice really fit that song.
Yeah, I could hear that.
Yeah.
I love that song. I love U2. You know that.
Mm-hmm. And then Green Day, 2.5 hours nonstop, high energy the whole time. They didn't take a break, didn't take a breath. They just on stage 2.5 hours solid, played 2 full albums, and it was phenomenal. Anyone who hasn't seen Green Day or is thinking about seeing Green Day and they're still coming to you guys, definitely go and see them. They did a phenomenal job.
Do they have another guitarist on stage with them live?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're like a 6-piece live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have like 2 extra guitarists and a keyboard player.
Yeah, and that's good because it's live and not.
I'd rather have that than have backing tapes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
have 20 people as long as it's.
I don't know why people hasn't made this joke. Is it live or is it Motley Crue?
Right.
Well, it's like Genesis in the 80s. They were a 3-piece studio band, but to get that sound live, they had to bring on extra people. Green Day always has been that way. They've always had like a couple extra guitar players live, at least since like the 2000s when they started like expanding the sound a little bit. Like for example, when they did a lot of the Dookie songs on Monday night, it was just a 3-piece because like those songs are a lot more simple musically. So they had like maybe like 1 extra guitar player on stage for a lot of that. But then when they did American Idiot, that's like a big hit, like kind of thick sound, and they had the keyboards and like all the extra guitars and everything. So like it was they did a phenomenal job. They were really, really good. And what they did, they had a really cool stage show. Like they had like the big.
I saw the video behind them. It looked pretty rad, man.
Like they had the big blow up props. Like they recreated the album covers for Dookie and American Idiot. They had like the big nuclear explosion, and they had the big fist holding the heart for American Idiot. And then during one of the songs from Dookie, they actually walked around the stadium with this big blow up blimp, like the album cover. And like they had this big blow up blimp, like they were walking it around the stadium like a Pink Floyd show. It was really cool.
Yeah, man. I'd like to see them, but they're playing SoFi. I can't pay for another show there, dude. I even tagged SoFi in a fucking, and it let me tag them. Your sound sucks. Fix it. Because it's a plastic roof. The plastic roof with like indents. It doesn't
see, yeah,
it's
that's
open,
like
it's like open on the sides, but a plastic roof on top.
The place that I see all my outdoor shows at is it's like a high school football place. Like that's where like the state championships are.
Well, dude, the Coliseum sounds good.
Yeah, I mean it's an open air place, so it's like the sound at Hershey Park is really, really good. And parking is free for outdoor concerts.
Yeah.
So
hey, I gotta ask you something because we brought up Zoo Station. Did you listen to all those U2 albums you bought? And you never gave.
I did not yet. I have not had a chance to go through and listen to all those yet. And I picked up some more. I picked up I found at an antique store for like $2 the 2-disc edition of Best of with the B-sides.
Oh, that's good
CD.
with all the B-sides.
Yeah,
I bought that.
so I
just for
picked
the
up the
B-sides.
B-sides CD.
Dancing Barefoot. Ooh.
That the first one, the gold one, not the silver
Yeah,
one, the first one.
I have the first one. Yeah.
And I also found Wide Awake in America.
Oh, that's a great EP. Great live album. The version of Bad on there is my favorite. I love that fucking song.
So now I have like the complete kind of collection up to Octune.
Okay, I'm gonna get to we're gonna get to some movie news real quick. Beetlejuice is coming out Friday. I'm seeing that tomorrow. Fucking looks amazing. I will give you a review on it next week on the BS sessions. But also, I don't know if you guys know, fucking Jerry might, Joseph might, because Joseph's in a lot of classic movies, but a television show that I watched when I was a kid over and over, they had movies of this called A Time Tunnel. And James Darren was in that fucking time tunnel. He was in Gidget and shit. I didn't fucking care about Gidget. Fuck Gidget. Fuck the surf movies. But James Darren was in the fucking time tunnel where they went in this tunnel and they would go through time and shit. You know, I love time travel. That's my favorite movies, Back to the Future. That was fucking, if you never seen Time Tunnel, the series or the little movies they did, check that shit out. It's way ahead of their time in time traveling shit. You ever heard of James Darren, Joseph?
No.
Check out I think you would like the time tunnel stuff, dude. Check that shit out. Jerry.
Yeah, I know the guy. I never knew about the time tunnel. I know he was like in surfing and stuff like that movies.
Fuck Gidget.
Gidget, yeah, stuff like that. That's all. I never heard of the show you're mentioning.
Oh, dude, I watched it on a family film festival as a kid. They were like,
and I know,
it was like a swirling thing, and they would walk in it, and you see their bodies go like free, and they go, and they would go through.
And I love classic TV, so I'm surprised I've never heard of that.
Time Tunnel is fucking amazing. Check out the Time Tunnel, man. I think you guys like fucking like Twilight Zone and shit like that. It's very good writing. Very good writing, man.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. But that's it, man. What are we doing, Joseph? Take over the show, man. And remember,
Alrighty.
Al has a list.
Yes. So we are doing the top 11 Scorpions albums. And I did say that it can include live albums as well, just because the Scorpions are a band that are very much known for their live albums, particularly 2 of them. So yeah, we're going to be going through our top 11 Scorpions albums. Scorpions have a really, really big discography covering over 50 years of music, a lot of albums. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see what everybody picks. I'm sure we're going to share a lot of picks, but I'm sure there might be some that might be unique to all of our lists. So if we want to go ahead and do Jerry, Mark, Al, and then I'll finish up.
I just want to say about this, I got into the Scorpions in the 80s. My list might be skewed more to the 80s than the 70s.
I'm with you on that one, Mark.
Okay.
Cool. So, Jerry, what's your number 11?
My first one is, I don't think very popular among diehard Scorpion fans, but I'm not a big fan of the hits off it, but I do like the deep tracks on it. I'm talking about Crazy World. I was never a fan of Wind of Change or Tease Me, Please Me.
Oh, I love Tease Me, Please Me.
I like Don't Believe Her, Restless
Believer
Nights. What else is on it? Kicks After 6. There's good deep tracks in that album. So I had to include it for that one. But as far as the hits go, I never liked Winds of Change, man. I still today don't like it. I've listened to it 1,000 times. Just, I don't know. Something about it don't. I mean, you compare that to Still Loving You. I mean, come on now, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's not even close. But anyway, that's my number 11.
Okay.
Mark, what's your number 11?
My number 11. Where the fuck am I? Their last album. I thought it was back to fucking Killer Scorps, Rock Believer, man. Fucking great album, top to bottom. I did not get the bonus edition, and I heard those bonus tracks, and now I want the bonus edition. It was fucking really good, those bonus songs, man. Rock Believer, man. Yeah, you gotta give it to the Scorpions because these guys believe in rock. You know, you gotta believe in the
rock. You gotta give it to Mickey D.
Mickey D. Old Mickey D brought the fire back, you know. Who was the guy, the drummer they had? Who was
James Kotak
James
from
Kotak.
Kingdom Come.
Well, we'll get an album by James Kotak probably on this. I know you might pick it too, Joseph. So I'm not going to give you a spoiler. Rock Believer. So who's next?
Al.
Al, he picked Love. No. He went
Nope.
the different way. He picked Crazy World as number
Ah,
11.
cool,
So he agrees
cool.
with you, Jerry, on that.
Sounds good. So mine, I'm not going to give it another 11 right away. My biggest honorable mention on this list, just because it's not an album, so I didn't want to include it, but I need to mention it, and I mentioned it on this show before. One of the greatest concert DVDs ever released is the Scorpions live at Wacken in 2006. They bring Uli John Roth out on stage. They bring Michael Schenker out on stage. They bring Herman Rarebell out on stage. It's basically, it goes through their entire career up to this point. It's like 30 songs. They do stuff from the 70s. They do stuff from the big era. They play like half of Love Drive on here. All the big hits, some of the stuff from the early 90s, even a song or two from the early 2000s. And it's just a phenomenal performance. It's really shot well. Really cool show. If anyone hasn't seen this show, definitely check it out.
You
Live
brought
at
that up so
Wacken.
many times. Send me a link to buy that.
It's definitely good. The whole thing's on YouTube, I think, as well, because I think the DVD might be out of print. But
I don't want to watch on YouTube. They give me commercials.
use AdBlock. Yeah. So Live at Wacken 06 is my biggest honorable mention. I just didn't include it because it is not a album. But my number 11 is a contentious album among many people that we know, including our friend Ian Wadley, who only knows it as the album with that goddamn whistle song on it. And that, like Jerry and Al, is Crazy World.
aren't the deep tracks
Yes.
better than the hits?
Yes,
Yeah, thank you.
very much so. That literally, if you take out Tease Me, Please Me, and Don't Believe, When's It Change, this is a almost perfect album. I mean, Don't Believe is a great song.
I do like
To Be
that.
With You in Heaven, Restless Nights, Kicks
Every Minute,
After
Every
Six.
Day.
Well,
Every minute, every day is on Savage Amusement. I
yes.
was wrong about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit Between the Eyes is my favorite song on this album.
Oh,
Great,
I love that
great
song.
track. The title track Crazy World's a really good song. And honestly, of all the singles, Send Me an Angel is my favorite.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love Send Me an Angel. Really great track. I always loved that song. But yeah, my number 11, Crazy World. All right, Jerry, what is your number 10?
My number 10 will be Scorpions Worldwide Live, man.
Good one.
Love that live album. It's like one of the first live albums that I actually ever owned in my life, and I still listen to it today. I have the original vinyl from my sister who didn't want it anymore, and she gave it to me, which is cool. The first press of it. So it's really cool to have that one. And I'm telling you, you mentioned it, Joseph. If you've never seen the Scorpions live, man, you need to see them because they're one of the loudest fucking show I ever been to was the Scorpions, man.
I saw them twice. They're really good. Yeah.
I've never seen them live. I want to see them live so bad.
And just an incredible fucking live album. Yeah, it's maybe a little done in the studio, maybe a little, what do you call it, tinkered with, but it still sounds good in my opinion. But it represents what a great live band they are, and it's I had to include that one. I have another live album too coming up, but yeah, I got to put Worldwide Live as my number 10.
All right, Mark, what is your number 10?
Fly the Rainbow.
Nice.
One of my, I think I have, let's see, I'm looking. No,
Don't spoil.
Okay, well, yeah, Fly the Raven, one of the few 70s albums I have on here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got into the Scorpions in the 80s, so I went back, I don't think they released a lot of bad albums in the 90s.
Yes.
So
yes.
I don't think Eye to Eye will appear on any of our lists.
By far the worst decade for the Scorpions.
I think there's one song I liked in the 90s called Alienation. I think that's
Alienation. I like that, and I like Wild Child off of Pure Instinct. That's it. Well, this was in the 90s.
Oh yeah. But after that album, they went for trends. Really weird.
Yeah,
they pulled a Kiss.
The album with Alienation is like this really kind of heavy alternative album. Pure Instinct is kind of just a weird album. And then Eye to Eye is just awful.
I listened to that once and I go, why did I listen to this? God damn, that sucks.
It's like a weird like pop trip hop kind of thing.
I need to delete that out of my iTunes. It shouldn't even
You
be
should.
in there.
It's an
But
abomination
Pure
of an album.
Instinct has Alienation. So
No, Face the Heat has it.
basically, well, but I have the Scorpions 2 CD lot greatest hits that has that on there, so I should just delete all those albums because they suck. They're just taking up space on my computer, and I'm never going to listen to them.
Yeah. All right. So what is Al's number 10?
Al's number 10 is Rock Believer, which was my number 11.
There we go. There we go. All right. So my number 10, Mark may or may not have alluded to it earlier. I am a decently big fan of the Scorpions' output since the year 2000. I think that they have not made a bad album since 2000. They've done 1, 2, 5 studio albums, and I think they're all good to great. 2 of them made my top 11 list. The first one is one that I have mentioned here on this show before, and that is an album that I think is criminally underrated, and that is Humanity Hour 1. Really, really great album. Right from the beginning with the song Hour 1, Game of Life, Future Never Dies, You're Loving Me to Death, The Cross, and then the title track Humanity is really, really
God,
good.
the title track. Stay down. I fucking love that.
I think that this is just a really, really underrated album. Nobody bought this when it came out.
That's James
Nobody did.
Kotek's fucking greatest album right there, man.
Yes, I definitely agree. But there's a lot of really, really good stuff they did in the early to mid 2000s. People need to check out. All those albums are worth checking out. And this one especially, I think this is a really, really, really good album.
What Sting in a Tail didn't make it, but that was a good album too. I like that.
Yes, I agree that one did not make my list, but that's a really good album as well. But yeah, for all the stuff that people say, well, Rock Believer was by far their best album since the 80s. I think this and a couple of the other ones are very, very good as well that I think people are forgetting about.
Yeah,
so.
I agree with you, but some people are crusty old farts and they don't want to give new shit a chance. So
True. All righty. So circling back around, Jerry, what is your number 9?
I'm one of those crusty old farts.
asshole.
But with that being said, yeah, my number 10 is Rock Believer. I think it's the best album they've done in a long time, in my opinion. Love that fucking Seventh Son. What a great fucking tune that is, man. That album just like it came out, then it just all of a sudden went, psh, nobody was talking about it. It seemed to get lost in the shuffle, you know what I mean?
It came out in the beginning of the year though.
Well, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was I thought it was getting back to Scorpions, 80 Scorpions, in my opinion, man. I love it.
They were going there way before that album, Jerry. Sting in a Tail, Humanity Hour 1.
And this album, I don't know, it just clicked with me more than their last few albums that they came out with. So that's my number 10, Rock Believer.
All right. Mark, what is your number 9?
Number 9 is Humanity Hour 1.
There we go.
Love that fucking album. It's just fucking amazing. It's fucking kicks ass. Nothing else I could say Joseph already fucking said about it. It's a great album. I don't think nobody else is going to pick that album on here. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but I like it. Me and Joseph always geek out over it together.
Yeah. Alrighty. So what is Al's number 9?
Al's number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Lonesome Crow.
Okay.
Al's gonna go deep.
Yeah. Yeah. The debut album. Michael Schenker's on that album.
Yeah. Great shit, man.
Alrighty. So my number 9 is my first controversial pick of the day. And yes, I really do have Love at First Sting this low. I think this is a good album. I think it is not a excellent album. I think that there is some stuff that I don't need to really hear again on this album. But that being said, Bad Boys Running Wild, I'm Leaving You, Big City Nights,
Still Loving You.
Still Loving You. I love As Soon as the Good Times Roll. I think that's a great track. But stuff like I never want to hear Rocky Like a Hurricane ever again. Ever again. I don't even think it was really that great of a song to begin with. I left out Coming Home. Coming Home is an amazing track. The Same Thrill's okay. Crossfire's okay. But yeah, there's some hit or miss stuff on this album. It's definitely not as good as the 3 albums that came before it from the Matthias Jabs era, but it's a good album. So my number 9 is Love at First Sting. All right, Jerry, what is your number 8?
Now I might get dinged for having this one too low on the list. Well, we have to go with Animal Magnetism.
Ooh,
Great album still. I love the Zoo is my favorite song by him. I love that fucking tune, man. One of the best songs I think ever written in my.
The Zoo gets monotonous though, dude.
Oh, it's in my top 20 tunes. It's a fucking jam. To hear them doing that live, dude, it's fucking just incredible, dude. I mean,
well, it's a great song, but I'm saying
the title track's awesome.
Oh, but the title track's amazing.
But one of
the
best they've ever done. No,
I think it is
the Zoo,
especially live. Matthias will go off with the talk.
Oh yeah, what live? But on the studio track, it's like very.
I still think it's great on the studio track.
Oh, I like it too, but I don't think it's the best song they've ever done.
What else is out? The 20th Century Man.
20th Century Man. Make It Real.
What else?
Make It Real's on there.
Only a Man.
Only a Man's great.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys will probably have that higher on the list than I would, but
do I? Maybe.
I'm sure you probably.
I would certainly hope so, Mark.
Yeah. But regardless, it definitely belongs on a top list. So that's my number 9, Animal Magnetism.
All right, Mark, what is your number? We're on number 8, I think, right?
Yeah.
Number 8. Yeah.
So I go with Savage Amusement. Number 8. I know this album gets a lot of shit. That album pumps in your car. Fucking that bass shit on that fucking album. And I love fucking Savage Amusement. That was I think that was the first album I bought by them besides Worldwide Live. So I liked it. I bought that before 5150. And they were out at basically the same time. I'd rather have that than 5150. Not now. But back then it was. So
no, it still is.
Fuck you. And then we go to Owl's number 8.
Yes.
Animal Magnetism.
So I'm not the only one then.
Nope.
Alrighty. To the surprise of no one, Savage Amusement did not make my list. I think that album is not great. Although I do love the song Media Overkill. That's a great track. But I will go
Passion
ahead.
rules the game, man.
I hate that song.
I love that fucking song.
That song
I love
sucks.
that fucking song.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
Ugh. So I will go ahead and complete the sweep on this album. My number 8 is Rock Believer. Love this album. And yes, Mark, I do have
the
extra
bonus tracks,
deluxe edition. The 2 disc edition.
When I first ordered that, it didn't have that on there.
Yeah, you had to. It was like a late. It was a. You had to like go back.
Yeah, I got it when it first came out, so they fucked me. Fuck you, Scorpions.
I actually have both. I ordered the deluxe one for myself, and I ordered the standard edition one for my dad. But yeah, no, I mean, so many great songs on this album. Gas in the Tank, and then just a run. Rock Believer, Shining of Your Soul is an amazing track. Seventh Son, Peacemaker, Where You Know Where You Come From, and then the bonus tracks as well are some really, really great tracks.
Seventh Son reminds me a lot of the Zoo.
It reminds me of China White.
That and the Zoo with the bass line they got going on that one.
Yeah. If this ends up being their last album, I'm more than happy with that, honestly. But again, I've been saying that for the last couple albums when they kept saying that those were going to be the last album.
Right.
So honestly, I think this is better than the last couple that came before it. This is my favorite of the ones they've released in the 2000s. I think Return to Forever has some really good songs on it. I think Sting in the Tail has some really good songs on it. Unbreakable, I just mentioned not too long ago on the show. This is a really, really great album. Definitely my favorite since the 80s. But they've been on a really good run lately, and this is kind of what tops it off. And if this does end up being their last album, I'm more than happy with that. So my number 8 is Rock Believer. Jerry, what is your number 7?
Well, number 7 is Fly to the Rainbow, man. I think that's Uli's first album, if I remember right. Am I correct?
Yep.
On that one, yeah. I mean, it's a great fucking album. It's a short album, but it's got long songs on it. But I love it, dude. I think I love that era of Scorpions as well. But unfortunately, I'm leaning, like I said, I agree with Mark. I think the 80s Scorpions is more me. But with that being said, it's an incredible fucking album. So definitely got to put that on my list. Actually, I think that one I probably regret putting it so high. It should have been lower. I mean, higher. Closer to number one is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
But like I said, it's another one that definitely deserves to be on the list. So that's my number 8.
You know, surprisingly, that is the only Uli album that's not on my list. I think it's a good
Yeah.
album, but I think it's my least favorite of the Uli stuff.
I
They
need
have
to
some
get
albums
it.
I like
I need
more.
to get again on CD because I was on doing a show one night and I was listening to that CD. I guess I left the case open and I hear this noise. My cat's playing with something over there in the fucking TV area, and it's like, hey, clink, clink, clink. I'm like, didn't know what it was until after the show. It was that CD, and it's fucking
Oh
scratched up,
no!
and
And those CDs are hard to get.
they are. I mean, I looked on
The
eBay
Uli
for it.
stuff.
It's like 27-30 bucks on eBay. 27 to 30
Yeah,
bucks on
I
eBay
don't have
for it.
any of the Uli albums on CD because of that. I want to get them. Every time one of them pops up on the CD revival group, he wants way too much money for it, though.
Yeah, I got that on a bundle. Like I bought like 20 CDs. It was part of a bundle for like only 30 bucks. So I guess I got a decent deal out of it. Yeah. I
Yeah,
was not happy.
definitely.
I was not happy with my cat. I banished him for a few days. But then again, it was my own fault for leaving it fucking out for him to get. So usually I sit on the floor a lot and I left it on the floor.
My
So.
dog ate the corner of the Dynasty CD by Kiss.
And now my cat, he's trying to eat the fucking albums. He's like goes to my album where my albums are and starts trying to chew on the albums. It's like, dude, the fuck, man.
Boy,
You're
I'm
get
glad I
banished
don't
forever.
Boy, I'm glad I don't have pets. Alrighty,
Yeah,
so
they can be a
Mark,
load. Okay.
what is your number 7?
My number 7 is Crazy World by I saw that tour. I think LA Guns opened for what was that? Cocked and Loaded? I think they were there
Yeah.
on. Yeah, it's
Yep.
great fucking lineup. LA Guns is really good live. I've seen them 3 times. I've seen Scorpions twice. They're really good live too. But man, I don't know why a certain somebody hates LA Guns so much probably because I like them. The fuck Oasis. But fuck it. Here we go. That's my number 7, man.
I actually
I
saw LA Guns twice, but one with Tracy's version and one with the Phil's version. But I've never seen them play to be together.
I
see,
saw them all with Phil.
I've seen LA Guns 3 times, and I've never seen either one of them because all 3 times were Stephen Riley's version. And that was the best version. So
No,
I disagree.
No.
That
singer
was their singer is horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That singer
he's
is
horrible.
terrible.
I think he's good. Either way. All right, Mark, what is Al's number 7?
Light of the Rainbow.
Cool.
It's number
Nice.
7, man.
Nice, good stuff on there. My number 7 is my first pick of the Uli era, and honestly, the way that I first got into the Uli era was through this album, Best of the Scorpions. My dad had this on cassette when I was a kid. We listened to it all the time. What a track list on this. I mean, it's a really great kind of cross-section of the Uli albums. Steam Rock Fever, Pictured Life, Robot Man, Backstage Queen, Speedy's Coming, Hellcat, He's a Woman, She's a Man, In Trance, Dark Lady, Sales of Sharon, and Virgin Killer. I mean, that's a heck of a lineup.
Fucking great fucking song. Man.
Heck of a lineup for a greatest hits album. So this is the way I first got into the Uli era. But my number 7 is the album Virgin Killer. I think it's a great album. So many really great songs on there. The title track's a great song. Pictured Life, Hellcat. I mean, this is really kind of like when that lineup was really kind of settling in, and they have some really, really, really great songs on that album. I think that it's definitely kind of them firing all cylinders. I think that the follow-up and the previous album are both better, but I think that little run right there in the mid 70s with Uli is a great run that they were on. And Virgin Killer is a great album. It's just a shame that they decided to put that album cover out. I think that is really, really
Blind Faith did the same thing, no?
Yeah, it was the time, I guess, and I think it's really, really not.
That's just
not great now looking back.
Didn't the Rock and Metal Combat podcast say if you bought that album cover something about that? You know,
yeah.
I don't want that album cover. I get the edit. I get
the
American version.
The one with the band on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Jerry, what is your number 6?
Number 6 is another live album, MTV's Live in Athens, dude.
Ooh.
What a great fucking concert that was, man. I talk about unplugged shows like Fly Under the Radar, that one, dude.
That's a good
incredible fucking port. And I'm like, Scorpions with the acoustics, man, they sounded good with the orchestra.
You
kind
like
of in the background.
Apocalypta?
one. Acoustica.
Acoustica, yeah, that one.
They did a really good cover of Dust in the Wind on that.
Huh.
Yeah, and it did a lot of songs. They really got the album. I mean, it's one of the longest set lists I think they've done. I think as far as in a performance,
And they pulled out a lot of deep cuts on that too.
yeah, and I
Which
absolutely fucking.
That's
love
my
it.
favorite part of the whole MTV Unplugged format.
Right.
Is it really bands pull out. I mean, Kiss Unplugged is a lot of deep cuts. Nirvana Unplugged, Aerosmith, Alice in Chains Unplugged with a bunch of deep
in
cuts.
Europe. Yeah.
Okay.
I missed that one.
That's a good
so-
one. Have you haven't heard you haven't seen the Aha Unplugged in Europe? Fucking amazing.
But yeah, the Scorpions have done a lot of really good kind of gimmicky albums. I think both of their Unplugged albums are really good. Acoustica and the MTV Unplugged in Athens. I was actually thinking about putting Moment of Glory on this list. I didn't, but I thought about it. They're probably the band that did the best of those kind of symphony albums. I think it's better than S&M. I think it's better than Kiss Alive 4. I think it's better than almost any of those other symphony
I
albums.
like Kiss Alive 4.
I like all three of those albums.
Yeah.
But I think that Scorpions did it best.
I agree with you. Definitely up there, as far as the best symphony behind them.
Mm-hmm.
I like S&M too.
I saw Styx with the
Styx.
symphony, and they were really good with the symphony. So
That one with the
they
kid
did
orchestra.
the CYO, yeah.
no, they did something here at the Skirmahorn. They did it live with the Tennessee Orchestra, which is really fucking cool.
Nice.
But they have an album out with
And they
like
did
a
Boat
kids
on the
orchestra.
River. They did Boat on the River, Sing for the Fucking Day, Lights. I mean, they did all kinds of cool
Sing
tracks
for the
then.
day, sing
Yeah.
for the
But after that, it's like same fucking set list ever since then.
I know, and I'm seeing them in a week and a half again, and I'm like, and they're by themselves in the theater. I'm like, please just pull out a couple deep cuts, please.
Yeah, play some Crash of the Crowd, man.
Which
Crash
they
of the
are.
Crowd.
They always play a couple songs off Crash.
I hear they're doing the best of times though.
They
so-
are. I
Love
just
that
hope they pull out something I haven't seen them do other than
Right.
Best of Times.
Jerry's ignoring Crash of the
pull
Crowd.
out Queen of Spades or something. That would be fucking
Pull out
Oh,
awesome.
Queen of Spades rules.
I'd love to see Boat on the River or Lights
Yeah.
or something like that. I wish. I mean, it's unfortunate that they've kind of really, because they always were a band that did some pretty
Great
good
White
set lists.
Hope. Come on, fucking Jay
Yeah,
Wise.
Tommy did an acoustic version of Girls with Guns when I saw that.
Yeah.
symphony
But
thing.
why can't
That's pretty
fucking
cool.
JY do Great White Hope?
I honestly think that JY is trying not to sing very much anymore.
I don't think he's trying to do anything. He's just
Great
there
White
for the
Hope.
ride.
All he does is Miss America now.
He does Miss America, and he sings on Crash of the Crown.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Well, Jerry doesn't think so. He thought he took a sabbatical from that album.
Well, no, he does the vocals on the title track.
He even admitted he did a sabbatical on
He
the
did.
album.
He did.
He's
happy
barely
about it.
on that album.
Yeah.
Anyway, Scorpions. Yeah, no. MTV Unplugged in Athens is a great album. I think that they did a really good job, especially for one that's so recent. I think it's not even 10 years old.
No.
Really great MTV Unplugged album. If anyone doesn't know it, definitely check that one out. Alrighty, Mark, what is your number 6?
Animal Magnetism. We've already discussed that album. It's a great fucking album. What about that album cover?
Wonder what she's trying to do.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
wonder.
I don't know. But you haven't got you guys to talk about the album covers on this because they got some pretty well, we already talked about Virgin Killer, which is horrible. But that's my number 6. And then we got the album that we said that was horrible cover, the European cover, Virgin Killer. I'll pick that.
Cool. Alrighty. So my number 6.
Animal Magnetism.
Like Jerry was saying, I mean, Make It Real is a great opening track. Don't Make No Promises Your Body Can't Keep is sort of a great kind of spiritual sequel to Another Piece of Meat. Hold Me Tight, 20th Century Man. Lady Starlight. What a beautiful
it's a great
track.
song.
Lady Starlight. Falling in Love. Ooh.
Oh, ooh, yeah.
Only a Man, The Zoo, and then a song that really grew on me recently is the title track. I never really cared much for that song, but that song has really grown on me recently.
Oh, that song is amazing.
One of the best songs on the album. But yeah, what is she doing on this album cover, huh?
I
What's
don't
she
know.
doing?
You tell
What's
me.
she doing? What more importantly,
Well,
what's that
she's
dog?
looking-
What's that dog looking at?
She's actually
Yeah, the dog is a little weird. Yeah, the dog is the mystery.
but she's
part of that
actually
album.
looking above what you think she's gonna do, though. She look.
Yeah, the dog's actually looking at it, not her.
Yeah, the dog is looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah. They very European.
Yeah.
That's the only excuse I have for it. Alrighty, moving into the top 5. Jerry, what is your number 5?
Virgin Killer, man. Love that fucking album. You mentioned Hellcat. I mean, in your park. In your park. And what other ones are on that fucking album?
Pictured Life's on that album.
Backstage Queen, I think, is
Backstage
off
Queen's
that
on that
one.
album.
Yeah, that's one cassette that I remember when I was younger. I used to wear that fucking thing out. Remember how your cassettes used to get stuck in that little fucking thing?
Oh yeah.
And if you can get lucky and pull it out, maybe, but most of the times it was fried.
And you use
That-
your pen, then you got your
Yeah.
pencil.
Exactly. There were like 4 or 5 cassettes, no matter how many times I bought them, they got eaten up. It was The Wall, Black Sabbath's Paranoid, and Virgin Killer.
Dude,
for
I
some
would
reason.
sit
A lot of
there
time, a lot of times it's those really long albums that
I
have,
thought
like,
so too. But
I
Virgin
would
Killer's
sit
so
there-
long.
I would sit there-
Hysteria's always done it for me. Anytime I have
Yeah.
Hysteria on cassette, or Appetite for Destruction did it to me. Some of the longer albums, they try to fit all of it onto one cassette.
Did you
Yeah.
ever clean your heads like by
Yep,
like
all the
when-
fucking time. Alcohol
but
swab.
no, the alcohol swabs, and it still ate your tapes. You let it sit for
It
an hour
did.
and let it dry off, and it would still eat your fucking tapes. My Led Zeppelin 2 got fucking raped by my Fisher Stereo dual cassette player. Yeah.
Physical Graffiti, that was another one actually, because probably the long play.
Long
yeah.
album.
But yeah, Virgin Killer, another fucking great album. That's my number 5.
Alrighty. Mark, what is your number 5?
Number 5 is Love Drive. Fucking love that album. The album cover is pretty sexy too, right? What is that fucking alien fucking hand or grabbing the boobs, right?
It's bubblegum.
It's bubble, but it looks like it's weird though. It's fucking weird. Like you said, they're European. They fucking make some weird album covers in Europe. It's like you don't see American album covers. What is the weirdest American album cover? Maybe like Frank Zappa. I
Maybe.
think that's about it. But Love Drive, man, I love that fucking album.
Alrighty. So what is Al's number 5?
In Trance, man, he picked a lot of 70s on here, man. I knew he would. You know, I like these 70s albums, but like I said, I got into them with the 80s with Matthias. So that's and we'll get to when my number 1 comes up. We'll talk about that.
Alrighty. Well, Al and I are thinking on the same wavelength. My number 5 is also In Trance. I do have the censored version. You can't see the titty on this one.
Boo.
I mean, any album that opens up with Dark Lady, I mean, what a track that is. The song In Trance is one of my favorite Scorpions songs. Life's Like a River, Top of the Bill, Living and Dying. Robot Man is a cool track. Evening Wind, Longing for Fire, Sun in My Hand, Night Lights. Really, really great track. This is the last album before they bring Herman Rarebell into the group. You still have Rudy Lenners on the drums here. Just a really, really great album. This is one of the first Scorpions vinyls I ever got when I was like 10 or 11. My parents bought me this for Christmas one year when I first got a turntable. So, yeah, Scorpions In Trance.
I probably
One of
didn't
my
have a
favorite Scorpions
turntable
albums.
when you were 10 or 11.
All right. Jerry, number 4.
My number 4 is Love Drive, man. Fucking loving you Sunday morning, dude. One of my favorite
Loving you
Scorpion songs, man.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, another great fucking album. Another piece of meat. Another great fucking
Go
tune.
away.
We got Mark singing it. You always get some free karaoke from Mark.
Yeah,
on
we
this.
always got to do karaoke. I'm the only one pulling my weight on this.
Got the title track, Can't Get Enough. Just loaded with great fucking tunes, man. So that's my number 4, Love Drive.
All right. Mark, what is your number 4?
Blackout. I really had a blackout. Really had a blackout, baby. Fuck, that song just fucking gets you riled. Fuck it up. You just want to drive 1,000,000 miles an hour and fucking don't care who the fuck is listening to it. Fucking let those hip hop guys, because treble slices through bass, bitches. That's why you always roll your windows up when I'm playing some treble shit. I fucking love it. I pull like Black Sabbath. I was playing Black Sabbath one time, like the old shit, like Paranoid. I was playing that shit, and this guy was like booming. He was like boom, boom. I turned that shit up. I got a good stereo system. He fucking rolls up his windows. I win, bitch. You lost. There you go. Blackout. I love that fucking album, man.
Right. What is Al's number 4?
Al's number 4 is Love at First Sting. He also put a comment on this. The first Scorpions album he ever owned.
There you go. It was a lot of people's first Scorpions album.
Yeah.
It was the album that blew them up.
That wasn't mine though. Mine might be my number 1. So
alrighty. So my number 4 is the great album, the last of the Uli Jon Roth studio albums, Taken by Force. Some really great stuff on here. Steam Rock Fever, Will Burn the Sky is just absolutely phenomenal, and that song might be coming up again on my list in a little bit. I've Got to Be Free. Sails of Charon is my favorite Scorpion song. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal track. Your Light, He's a Woman, She's a Man. Closing it out with Born to Touch Your Feelings. My favorite of the Uli Jon Roth studio albums. What a way for that lineup to go out in the studio. Really, really great. Really great album. Not the last we'll see of Uli Jon Roth on my list, but we'll be getting into that in a little bit. Jerry, what's your number 3?
My number 3, okay, you guys are gonna like, wow, this is really your number 3, but it is. I absolutely fucking love Savage Amusement, man. Love that fucking scene. I love Rhythm of Love. I know people hate that song. That is such a fucking
song.
I hate to use it. I hate to use the term groove like Mark does, but man, what a groove that tune has.
Thank you.
It does.
Don't stop at the top.
This isn't free form, so you don't have to take a shot. But go ahead.
Passion rules the game. Walking on the Edge, man, just loaded with great.
I love that
songs.
fucking album, dude.
And that album's probably found more than Crazy World in the Scorpions community, but I absolutely fucking love it. It came out with a good time of my life too. That kind of adds to it as well. That's a tour they did.
That was
Monsters of Rock on. So I had a great time in that time. So that's probably why it's so high. But I love the album, dude. I don't think there's a clunker on that album. So that's my number 3.
It goes to show how big of a Scorpions fan I am that I'm not even that big on that album, but I still own it on vinyl and CD.
Yeah. Asshole.
You have it on vinyl? That's like
you have it on
Man.
vinyl. I don't have it on vinyl.
Yep. Got it at the antique store one time.
Antique store. I got lucky too. I found a copy of OU812 by Van Halen. I'm not a fan of it, but I thought for $2 I'm going to buy it. Maybe I could sell it. It was sealed. Wow. It was still sealed. So that's why I bought it. So
I think I got the best deal for $7. I got fucking virgin vinyl unopened copy of Styx Caught in the Act at an antique store.
Nice.
I'm telling you, antique store, yard sales, man, you find jewels in there if you look hard enough. Man.
I need to go to the rich areas with the thrift stores and see all the shit they
dude, estate sales here in Tennessee.
Man, I don't care about estate sales. Shit. You go to the fucking like Goodwill, like in Beverly Hills. Oh my God, you find a lot of shit.
That's true, yeah.
They don't care. Yeah. They don't care. They just throw shit away.
But yeah, I don't give 2 shits when people think about me liking Savage Amusement. Absolutely.
Jerry, that was on my list.
But that high though, come on.
Well, I don't care. I could have been higher for me. I love that album.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
All right. Mark, what is your number 3?
Number 3, Love It First Sting. I love that fucking album. But the better versions on another album coming up. But I love that fucking album. I just like the video for Rocky Like a Hurricane. I didn't buy this at the time, but I always watched the videos from this and I loved it, you know, with the fucking women just fucking on the cages and shit. It was fucking cool as fuck. You know, they did make some good videos, but they made some cheesy videos. I fucking love that video though. And they got rid of saying bitch on MTV. No, they didn't even censor it. The bitch is hungry. She needs a thrill. So give her inches and feed her well. Give her inches and feed her well. Made it on MTV censors back then. Hello.
You know the funny part about that is that song is on the Muzak system now at Walmart.
The bitch is hungry and feed her well.
All that too. It's like they claim to be like this, you know, family oriented. They play fucking Duran Duran's Hungry Like the Wolf with the woman screaming. I mean, so dude, they don't think about these things. You used to buy CDs
from Walmart. It would go bleep, 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 bleep. And now they're playing fucking Rocky Like a Hurricane there.
Walmart has started selling uncensored CDs, which I found really interesting. They started selling like very recently CDs with like the parental advisory sticker on it and stuff.
Yeah, you got
which
Snoop
for
Dogg there
years they
now. I
didn't.
mean, all kinds of. It had NWA for a while. I mean, yeah, it just
Well, the thing
it
is,
changed.
they I think they kind of changed their tune when because Walmart has become like really big into selling vinyl.
Yeah.
Over the like Walmart's vinyl section is huge now,
Yeah,
and there is no such thing as a censored vinyl. They refuse to press it. They don't press
Yeah.
it. So if you want to sell the album, you have to sell the
Yeah,
uncensored
like
version.
Guns N' Roses, you don't get the welcome bleep 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 bleep. Or she's fucking crazy. Bleep
Yeah.
bleep.
So yeah, there's like that's when I think Walmart kind of started to change their tune a little bit because like when they started selling so many vinyls, there's no such thing as a censored vinyl. They just won't press it. So they started selling a lot of these albums uncensored on vinyl. So they said, what the hell, we'll sell it uncensored on
I
CD
bought
too.
one of the CDs bleeped by them, and I took it back and said, "There's something wrong with this. Why do I want to hear bleep bleep bleep?"
You always have to pay attention. If you look on the sticker, it'll say edited or something like that.
I didn't
on the
see
CD.
that, but they gave me my money back. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like
Walmart's good about that.
Yeah, they are. They're really good about that.
Yeah. All right. So what is Al's number 3?
Oh, Al's number 3 is Taken by Force.
Nice. Nice. All righty. My number 3, by far, and I know everyone on this chat will have something to say about this, by far their best live album, the only Scorpions live album on my list, Tokyo Tapes. I think this is far better than the live album that Mark will be talking about in a little bit.
You never know. I might be talking about that one also.
You might. I figure you probably will know what's already been on your list, but I think this is far better than Worldwide Live. I like a lot of the songs on Worldwide Live better, but I think this is a much better cohesive album than Worldwide Live. I mean,
why is all the bands back then fucking Deep Purple, everybody, fucking Cheap Trick, all have their best live albums in fucking Japan?
Because the Japanese fans were nuts.
Yeah.
Listen to that screaming on these albums. Those fans were crazy.
Budokan is fucking crazy too. Yeah.
But they have some good deep cuts on here. They have In Search of the Peace of Mind from Lonesome Crow. They have the title track from Fly to the Rainbow. They have the version of We'll Burn the Sky on here is the best version of it. It's what's on the Greatest Hits album. Polar Nights, Pictured Life, Backstage Queen, In Trance. Basically everything, the best songs from those Uli albums are all on here. Plus, look at that badass album cover. That's cool. That's cool right there. Just absolutely amazing. Their best live album. Still have 2 albums that I think are better, but this is their best live album for me. So that's my number 3. Jerry, what's your number 2?
I love The First Thing is my number 2. Love the fucking album. It's one of those gateway albums for me. I heard all the time on MTV that got me into rock. So I have to include that one in there as far as a gateway album. Love it. I love Still Loving You. Such a beautiful song. I don't know who's harder to understand, Klaus or Eddie Vedder.
Probably
Eddie
Vedder.
I'll give Klaus a break because he's foreigner. He's German. I give him a break for that, but I don't know. I was like
Eddie Vedder got a little bit more coherent as the albums went on. So come on.
That motherfucker is. I don't know what the hell he's saying half the time. But yeah.
Hey, it's better than Vince Neil.
Listen to Yellow Ledbetter. What is he even saying?
I hate that fucking song. Everybody says that's the greatest song.
But what is Vince Neil singing on Kickstart My Heart Live now?
Big Mac 103. Big Mac 103.
Bruce Lee.
Yabba Dabba Doo is what I hear. Okay.
Well, no, Still Loving You is an amazing album, dude. Love it. That's definitely got to be. This and my number 1, I had a debate over until basically we started the show. So, yeah, love The First Thing.
All righty, Mark. What is your number 2?
Well, you already picked it, Joseph, and it's a great album. If you guys know me on thatmetalstation.com every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern. Check it. No, 10 p.m. Eastern because I'm 7. I forgot. That's my old time. But I always like people give me like songs to play. I always look for the live versions. I did play a fucked up version of that Slayer one time, right, Jerry? because I don't know Slayer. I just said, oh,
well,
it's a
yeah,
live version.
I'll agree with you on that one. That wasn't their best.
Mark, here's a helpful hint. If you don't know the band well enough, don't play a live version because
Yeah,
you will
I
most likely
figured
pick
after
a
that,
shitty
Jerry, I
live
never
version.
played live versions unless I knew it. I didn't know
Mark,
Slayer.
let me put it to you this way. In college, one of my best friends did a show on our local college station. They did like a metal show, and they were doing live albums. And this was in 2015, and he picked Van Halen, and he picked Panama. And I think you know where this story is going.
This is the Tokyo one.
No, this
Which
is before Tokyo came out.
Oh, he did the Sammy Hagar version.
Oh yes, he did.
From
And
Right
we
Here, Right
never,
Now.
and we never let him live it down.
I like that
Also,
version.
oh, it's awful. Plus, Sammy goes on that awful, horrible rant in the middle of it that just cusses nonstop, and he didn't realize that that was about to happen. And he played it on a college radio station that goes over FM airways.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
He must have got fired.
No, he quickly turned it off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Smart man.
And then he also didn't realize it was Sammy Hagar, and then my other friend and I never let him live it down.
I like him doing Panama. I'm good. He's a car guy, so it makes sense for him to sing that to me. So
I forgot who posted it on one. I think it was Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. An old ass live performance by Sammy, like from the early 70s or something.
Oh, it was
oh, from the old gray whistle.
Yeah, the old gray whistle
like,
test.
It was like fucking. It was like
that's when he did Yacht Rock.
It was like pop. It was like
it was horrible.
It was awful.
And like the comment was, "Don't let anyone ever say Sammy doesn't have a great voice." I'm like, this is atrocious.
Really? Hey, I agree with you guys on that shit. You know, I don't even think his voice sounded. I'm not a Sammy twat. He's got like 4 or 5 bad solo albums that I can't fucking stand, and one of them I did with Ian Wadley. Fucking horrible fucking album that I didn't get to sign at Rocket Pod, which fucking sucked, and I bought it for those motherfuckers. I said, here you go, take this fucking, what was it, Danger Zone? No, 9 out of 10 scale. One of those fucking 2 albums.
Musical Chairs, I don't
Musical
know.
Chairs. Yeah, I already named 3 bad Sammy albums. Danger Zone, fucking Musical Chairs.
I got a lot more.
I can name every single one of them.
Well, the one he sounded like Jimmy Buffett was fucking horrible too. The fucking Living It Up, that was a fucking horrible album too. There's a lot of, but when he does make good albums, I listen to them over and over. Yes, he does make good albums.
He has a couple good songs.
I love the Chickenfoot album. I was listening to that shit today. Oh, yeah.
Gross.
Come on, baby. Tell me what you want. Oh.
Anyway, back to a good band. Mark, what is Al's number 2?
Al's number 2 is Blackout.
Boy, Al and I are matching a lot on this. My favorite Scorpions album cover is my number 2, Blackout.
Fucking he rules on that. He looks weird with no mustache now.
You know, the thing is, the best part about this is not Rudolph Schenker.
It isn't?
It's not.
Oh. I always thought it was because he does that in no one like
does it in the music video. This is the artist.
Oh, okay.
He just looks a lot like Rudolph Schenker.
Got it.
And in the music video, because Rudolph Schenker did this character, everyone thinks that it's Rudolph Schenker on the album cover, but it's not. It's the artist.
He needs to grow his mustache back, man.
He does.
Yeah, he does. He looks weird.
It's weird seeing him as a blonde as well.
Same thing with JY. JY needs his mustache back too.
Yeah, JY looks.
Oh, he needs his mustache back a million times.
Looks like
he needs some long hair too.
JY
he looks horrible.
He looks like they just fished him out of the river.
Well, I mean, he's in his late 70s.
I know, but grow your mustache and your hair back, dude.
His whole face is bloated.
Yeah.
I love JY, but he looks like they just fished him out of the river. Meanwhile, Tommy Shaw still looks great.
He does. I love Tommy Shaw.
Well, I mean, when he first joined the band, Dennis Young said he looked like an infant, and he did. I mean, he looked like he was 12 years old. So
he's the Rob Lowe of the band. Rob Lowe still looks good.
In the Caught in the Act video, he got away with playing like a teenager when he was in his 30s.
Yeah,
like
Jonathan Chance
supposed to be like a teenager, and he's in his 30s.
Yeah. I like that cut. You know, it was kind of weird.
The video
rock opera.
I
bought that used from the Warehouse Records and Tapes out here. I liked it. I thought it was cool,
I
But
have it on DVD. It's whatever. It's not return.
okay.
It's
The
I
music,
think
the live
Return to
music is
Paradise
really
is
good.
way better.
Oh,
I
I
honestly,
need Return
I
to
don't.
Paradise so
I don't
bad.
think. I don't think.
I've got
the
that.
live.
That's a
I don't think.
great.
I think the live versions on the album Caught in the Act are way better.
Yeah.
I don't think the ones on the video are very good.
Oh, I agree with you on that one also.
Yeah, I don't think the ones the only Snowblind is good on the video.
Snowman,
But some of the other ones are just like, oh, these are not very good live versions.
dude, when
Oh,
Jay
watch
goes,
fucking JY and the Panazzos dance during Heavy Metal
Oh,
Poisoning.
it's so
like, what
it's
the
so
fuck was
funny
that?
though. I love it. But
but
also, like half of that concert is them lip syncing to tracks.
JY is
Mr. Roboto, haven't we been here before? Don't let it end. Reprise.
Heavy Metal
Heavy Metal
Poisoning rules.
The great song, great fucking song.
Yeah.
JY
But anyway,
is the metal dude to that album.
Blackout. Love this album. I've talked about this album on here a ton. One of my favorite summer albums. One of my favorite albums of that year. The title track, No One Like You, Can't Live Without You. You Give Me All I Need's an amazing track. China White is an amazing track.
China White, what a song.
Track. Now, Dynamite, Arizona, When the Smoke is Going Down, just absolutely perfect album from front to back. Only one album could beat this out for me, and that's my number one. We'll get into that in a little bit. So, in the absence of our friend Andy Rodriguez, we'll have to go. Jerry, what's your number one?
Well, like I said, I was debating on Love at First Thing, and this one being my number one, but Blackout fucking has got to be number one, dude. Great fucking album, man. Great fucking radio friendly hits on this album, but at the same time, still fucking rock, man. I mean, They Can't Live Without You. What a catchy fucking earworm that is, man.
And it's songs that I'm not burned out on.
Yeah, and Mark
they're still great tracks.
What would you think if Don Dokken did that album?
I don't know. I never even thought about that.
Well, because Don Dokken was sent there to replace him during the recording of this album.
Really? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? No, Don was there with them, and then because fucking Klaus lost his voice, so they brought Don in the studio with him.
Yeah, he did. He supposedly did the demos that have never been released.
Yeah, I would love to hear that.
That would be cool to hear.
I'd love to hear the demos.
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah,
too,
because
I'm gonna look that up on YouTube, see if they're out there somewhere.
They're not.
They're not. Oh,
They've never ever been released.
Yeah, Don was there, dude. He was there as
and
a
it was before Breaking the Chains, so it was before the international version of Breaking the Chains.
Yeah.
The 83 version. But I'd been interested because they weren't sure if Klaus was going to recover from his surgery or not. And of course we know that he did, and he still has a great voice today. But that would have been a very interesting time period, because imagine if they never do Love at First Sting with Klaus. Like how different would everything have gone for them if they lost Klaus before Blackout? That's very, very interesting to think about.
Yeah, because Don Dokken was there singing while he was.
And then we probably never would have gotten Dokken.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's my definite number one. Well, not definite, but it ended up being my number one. Let's just say.
Alrighty, Mark, talk about Worldwide Live.
How'd you know? How'd you know? Worldwide Live. I love this fucking album. I think it's fucking cool. I used to have the fucking, I'm gonna age myself here, had the laser disc of this concert. You look back at it now, you got these little Japanese girls going, it's like anime kind of shit. They're like going crazy. These men are fucking ugly as fuck. I think the only one who looked good was Matthias, and they're going all over. Klaus is a fucking dude. He ain't pretty. Why was these Japanese girls going crazy with him? Herman Relbel wasn't fucking good looking. Either was the bass player. The only one who was in there was decent was Matthias. It's like even fucking Rudolph Schenker was not fucking supermodel, but these fucking Japanese girls are going crazy.
What are you talking about? Chicks love Rudy Schenker, man. What are you talking about, man?
But I'm saying, but they're not supermodels.
He had a stage presence that chicks liked, man. He was, like my ex-girlfriend Dina, her, man. I always thought he was sexy.
Yeah, man.
And my wife Jessica thinks Lemmy's sexy. So I mean, it's weird how
he wasn't that bad looking in his younger days, though. It's just if he gets rid of that wart there, he'd be a lot better.
It's just saying it's a stage presence that they have that turns chicks on, man.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just rock and roll, man. All fucky sucky.
Yeah.
But Worldwide Live, it's one of my best. That's what got me into the Scorpions. I bought that album because David Lee Roth fucking Lil Wayne Enough or whatever. No, not
Yeah, I
Lil
got
Wayne.
that. I got that.
No,
from
it
my
was
sis-
filthy. What your filthy
Your filthy
little.
little mouth.
Yeah, I took that back to fucking Sam Goody, and I go, this album sucked. This album is not playing all right. And they go, okay, go get another one. So I took the 3 other copies. They had a filthy little mouth. Hit him another thing. You don't have anymore. Okay, pick something else. So I took Scorpions Worldwide Live and been a fan ever since.
Yeah, my sister foolishly gave. I think I said that earlier about my sister
Mhm.
giving me that album. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Then you.
Al's number 1 is Love Drive.
I'm gonna when he gets back, I'm gonna give him what for. I tell you what.
Because you guys are picking the same shit.
The exact like 5 or 6 times now on this list. Anyway, I on vinyl have the preferred cover for Love Drive, in my opinion. I prefer this cover. I think it's cool as hell, this big blue scorpion on the front cover. I think it's really cool. I'm gonna be getting a t-shirt. They have a t-shirt on sale on their Amazon store with this cover on it. But yeah, this is by far my favorite Scorpions album. 8 tracks, hits you, doesn't let up, gets out. Loving You Sunday Morning, Another Piece of Meat, Always Somewhere, Coast to Coast, Can't Get Enough. Is There Anybody There? Love Drive, Holiday. One of the most perfect albums ever released. The deep cuts are amazing. The hits are amazing. It's just absolutely classic. Always Somewhere is the best rewrite of Simple Man that you'll ever hear in your life. Is There Anybody There is one of my favorite songs on this album. I mean, I love the reggae feel on it. Just a really, really great track. So yeah, I'm a huge Scorpions fan, and this is by far my favorite Scorpions album. Always has been, probably always will be. This and Blackout for me are easily my top 2. I just really think that these are the 2 best albums. But what a great run of albums. Like we've all been saying all night, all these albums are great. They have so many really great albums over such a long career, and they've released so many great albums.
Except for those albums in the 90s we mentioned.
Except for those really shitty albums in the 90s.
Yeah. Yes.
Except for those really shitty albums in the 90s. So
they went down to a 3-piece on one of them. It's like,
yeah.
You ain't no Triumph or Rush, dudes, or Cream. Stop.
Yeah. Not good. Not
or
good.
the police. The police were
anyway. So yeah, that is our top 11 Scorpions albums, including studio and live albums. We covered a lot of different albums, a lot of albums that got at least one mention, which I'm happy to see that were, I think, pretty much every album from the first album through Crazy. I think every album from the first one through Crazy World got mentioned. Some of their more recent albums got mentioned. We all picked Rock Believer. Mark and I picked Humanity. I mean, it's a great discography to jump into. There's always really good albums, except for in the mid to late 90s, no matter where you jump into the discography. So honestly, though, if you just leave out those 3 albums over 50 some years, that's not a bad record.
Nope. Not at all, man. So that was our show here. Jerry, what do you got to promote, man?
That man, we're doing our 3 shots down. Thank you for ripping the shirt. Appreciate that. We're going to be working on our Dated Music Diet episode, which should be up by next Monday. Hopefully, we'll be done by then. I think we will, actually. What else have I got fucking going on? Something that was going on. I forgot all about it. Well, I was going to mention it.
I have no idea, man.
You sucks getting old, dude. It really does. Old and drunk don't mix. But nah, man. You know, like I'll let you talk about the freeform. But other than
that's
that,
what I was looking up. So let's go to Joseph first. Joseph, what's up?
I ain't got shit.
You got shit. You're on other people's shows, man.
Not anytime soon, except for you guys next week if I'm on for the prog.
We're doing if you're on for the prog, yeah, we're doing our 11 prog albums next week.
Yeah, Chris Elio volunteered for that one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I tried trying to get that fucker back on the show for a while. He's always busy. He'll probably bow out before it comes on. I'm just joking.
God, if we get Chris and Al on that, that's gonna be a fucking mega fest. 10-hour show.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure out what we're doing next week. We're doing fucking Shine Down on Freeform Rock Podcast with Tina on there. Were you on that episode, Jerry?
Yep.
Okay, so we're doing
Which
Shine
album are
Down.
you guys doing?
God damn it. That's the problem I'm having. It's fucking
the one with the one with
Leave a
Second
Whisper.
Chance.
Leave a Whisper.
Yeah, we're doing Leave a Whisper tomorrow on
I've
air.
never heard a song except for Second Chance was the only song I ever heard from them.
Well,
Except for
second
the cover.
chances.
of Simple Man.
Second chances on Sound of Madness, wasn't it?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I don't fucking know. I thought we talked about that song at least on the show, if I remember right. But I did hear the couple. I did like the couple of Simple Man. A lot of people don't like their cover. I kind of liked it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, they played that live when I saw them. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I think the song 45 is way better.
And the dude's got a great voice. There's something about their music
yeah.
that never really, I don't know, just never.
It's very
Did it
middle
for-
of the road.
All right, man. I want to thank you, Joseph, for being on here. I'll see you next week. I'll see you on Saturday, Jerry.
If you're lucky.
Oh, fuck you. You'll be there. All right, let's get the fuck out of here, guys. Later, man.
All right, later, guys.
See ya.